Hello everyone, welcome to Wing Paper Crafting. My name is Angel Fitch. If you're new around here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad you've all decided to join me today. Today we're going to use our basic card template that we made on Tuesday during Template Tuesday to make a Valentine's card. So let's go ahead and get started. But before we do, if I could ask you, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. I would really appreciate it, and I would love to have you around here. So we are going to start with a card base of Poppy Parade that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Give this a good burnish so it lays nice and flat. And we're going to use our recipe that we have written inside here. I have a piece of white that's 4 by 5 1/4. That's for the inside. I have another piece of white that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and this is going to be our first layer. Actually, it's this one. This is our layer. This is our inside. Like, wrong one. So this is going to be our layer for the outside. It's going to give us a very tiny border around that. And then I've got our 4 pieces of pattern paper that are going to go on the front here. So these 4 here. And then I've got Poppy Parade in white that I cut for our sentiment. So we're going to be stamping on that right along with that. So we're going to put that to the side. So let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to put our piece of white down here with a little bit of liquid glue. And we're going to center that up on the front of our card. And like I said, this leaves just a very tiny border around the outside here. So let's move this down just a little bit toward the bottom. Okay, so we'll give that a good push so we make sure it sticks. Now we're going to take our 4 pieces of pattern paper here, and this one is 2 5/8 by 3, and it's going to go down here in the lower left hand corner. And I'm just going to lay that down there. I'm not going to push down because I don't want to commit yet until I make sure I have all my borders good. This is our next piece. This is 1 1/4 by 3. And it goes in the lower right hand corner. This is lower left, this is lower right. So we're going to work on our borders here. Okay. So it looks pretty good there. Now, next piece is going to be this one at 2 1/8 by 2 5/8. This is going to go in the upper. That was the wrong side that I put the glue on. That is not good. All right, let me wipe that off really quickly before it starts to adhere. Let's put the glue on the right side. Okay. Has anybody ever done that before? That's funny. Okay, so this one's going to go in this upper right hand corner, right up here. So we're going to go somewhere like right there. And then last but not least, we've got a 1 1/4 by 2 1/8. And this one's going to go, let's see, this one. So I need to put the glue on this side. Make sure I know what I'm doing here. So this goes in this upper left-hand corner. And once you make sure you got all of the corresponding borders looking like they should, you can give these all a good press down. Okay. Perfect. All right, so there's that. This is a pretty quick card. So let's do our stamping. So let me put the lid on the glue for a minute. So let's see, on the outside in our little white circle here, I am going to do Be Mine. And on the inside, we're going to do Happy Valentine's Day. And I'm going to do these in Poppy Parade ink. So let's ink up our first stamp here. And we'll get this down in the middle of our circle. And give that just a second for the ink to transfer. Perfect. So that'll go there. And we will ink up our inside. I'm going to line this up on my glass mat so I can hopefully start with it straight. So I hopefully end up straight. So we're going to put this down here, give this a second to transfer. And there we go. I'm going to put the ink away. Maybe we can get by today with no ink disasters. That would be wonderful. Okay, we're going to put this on the inside. So we will, a little bit of glue, even on my glass mat, because you know, why not? Okay. I'm going to center this up in here. Just, let's try to get it straight though, because it is not straight. Oh my goodness, come on, there we go. I'm going to scooch that just a little bit to the right. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Back on the outside, I'm going to glue our white circle onto our Poppy Parade mat here. Just centering that up. And then we're going to pop this up on some dimensionals. So I'm going to grab those. And we're going to just put a few on the back here. And I'll take the backs off of these. And then we're going to put this down. Okay, the last one does not want to play. There we go. Okay, so we're going to put this down here in this... It did not want to leave my finger. The lower left-hand corner. Just like that. Okay, so now all we need is some bling. So let's see what we want to do about bling. I've got our pink sequins here that I think we can use. So let's do, let's see, which one of these are going to be best? I think these right here. So let's take a big one, and we're going to put right up here. And we'll take a little one there, and one more little one, let's see, down here. Okay, and there is our quick Valentine's card for today. No time at all. Too cute. So let's look at the other examples that I made. So I've got this one. It says love you on the outside and happy Valentine's Day on the inside. And then we've got another one with Be Mine, except I used a heart here instead of our backed circle. And on this one, I just used a bigger circle instead of one that had a backing to it. So you can do anything you want, any shape you want in that bottom corner. And then we've got this one that's a little different yet. I did a heart for the bottom layer and then this heart-shaped little viney looking thing to put around it on the outside. So I've got love and you're my favorite on the inside. So there are our Valentine's cards for today. So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. And I will see you all back tomorrow because we're going to use our Fun Fold Friday template to do one more set of pink Valentines. And then we're going to be done with pink ones because next week we're going to move on to masculine ones. So I hope to see you all then. Have a crafty evening. Bye.